Paimon coming in! Paimon!
Ugh, come here, baby. My kitty's on my lap. Alright.
Nowhere to run! Futile!
Rain outlines your fate.
Nowhere to run!
One down, 3 to go. What? Why are you looking at me? Huh? Why are you looking at me? Oh, Kitty, you're gonna fall off me. God, I have the cutest kitty ever. You are the cutest kitty ever. You're so sweet. Oh. Can I get this one? Where is this, the water one? Oh yeah, that's the water one. Don't fall, don't fall. Oof, that was close. That was very close. Now, how do I get out of here?
That's close
Time
enough.
to act.
New hunt.
Grain cutter.
Your penance is due. Guilty. You stand condemned. Your penance is due. Retribution. Keep moving. Surrender.
Rain outlines your fate.
Come on. Come. Take that. Confess. Nowhere to run. Burn. Fracture.
Body and mind. No, my sword.
Surrender. Nowhere to run.
I couldn't find the next one for a second there. Not very good at these ones. Oh. God damn it. Like I said, I'm terrible at these.
A familiar sight.
Oh, I just missed. Oh no, I just missed this one. Oh no, I went the wrong way. Oh no, I've never so bad at these ones. I might actually feel this one. Okay, that wasn't too bad, I guess.
Ad Astra Abyss. Thank you for complete. Ad Astra.
That's done. No, it's this part. Okay. What day is it today? It's Wednesday. Okay, so I can grind for this one. I do need to defeat a boss opponent, however. I don't really need level up or ascension material for any of my characters, so I'm just gonna probably do a random one. I don't know. I don't know. This one's easy, I guess.
Rain outlines your fate. Witness.
Judgment is upon you. Guilty. Your penance is due.
God, I always start yawning when I strip. I don't know why. I was not yawning at all before I started streaming. As soon as I hit the stream button, immediately yawning.
Surrender! Futile! Time for retribution! Surrender!
Rain outlines your fate.
Futile! Keep moving! Surrender!
Almost ready.
Let me read you a verse. Know my sword.
Through me, justice is served. Guilty! You stand condemned! Your penance is due! You stand... Well played. Burn! Nowhere to run!
Ooh, I need to do the jellyfish one also. I'm gonna do that right now before I forget. Whoa, what the heck? It's like a, it looks like a stone, but it's almost like a fossil shape. That's cool. Oh, and there's even like a tunnel that goes down here. I never noticed that before. I'm like curious what's underneath here. It's not letting me get any lower. Huh. That's interesting. Can't believe I didn't notice that until now. I almost missed that one. Why are you wiggling so much? It's like shaking the entire blanket. In order to do that part, I have to wait until tomorrow though, right? Oh, maybe not. Go to quest. I'm just gonna skip through this. I don't really care. I'm not paying attention to what this was about at all. Rape the domain. It's the fire one, so take out D-Luke and put in Rosaria.
Make sure to keep up.
Surrender!
Yeah!
Cyclone! Futile!
You can't run! Ring cutter!
Your sins weigh upon your soul. Guilty! You stand condemned! Guilty! Your penance is due! You stand condemned! Your penance is due! Confess! No escape!
Punishment! Yeah!
No escape!
outlines your fate.
Nowhere to run. Bring it on.
Can't run from death.
Unsure of how many times I should probably do this. Thinking maybe 2 more times? Maybe? I guess. I have 100 more of these left to use. So I would use it. 40. Oh my god.
No, my
Can't do
sword.
that.
Let me leave you alone.
I was thinking not
Through
doing
me,
that.
justice is served. You stand condemned. Guilty. You stand condemned. Your penance is due. Well played. You stand condemned. Surrender.
Lights out.
Confess.
Rain outlines your fate.
Futile.
Where is dead?
Surrender.
Too ways to heal.
Is this my final job?
Oh no. I was hoping I would catch it.
Futile.
I should have.
Can't fool me.
Witness the power of hope.
Your sins weigh upon your soul. Your penance is due. Guilty.
Alright, one more time, one more time. I guess I have to res Rosaria. No choice. And I guess I should probably heal them too. Oh, so needy.
Time to act.
Nowhere to run.
Judgment.
Confess.
You can't run.
Futile. Fracture.
Rain outlines your fate.
Nowhere to run.
Yeah! Shiver! Rain cutter.
Judgment is upon you. Your penance is due.
That didn't do as much
You
damage.
stand
though.
condemned.
Usually when all 3 are there,
Your penance is due.
ultimates are ready at the same time. It does a lot of damage. But I guess you just have to time it
Guilty.
exactly
Futile.
right.
Can't fool me. Nowhere to run.
Judgment.
Great. Well done. Well done. Alright. Have 60 more of those. I guess I should probably work on these then. I feel like I need money more than the level up passes, whatever you call them. Oof. before I forget to switch back to D-Luke. I forgot a lot of times to put D-Luke back in my team.
What's our objective? Confess!
Rain outlines your fate. Let me.
Through me, justice is served. The penance is due!
Just die already. Just die already.
You stand condemned! Surrender! Verdict is... Ha! Ha! Cyclone! Ha! Ha! Nowhere to run!
There it is.
Rain outlines your fate. Rain.
Your sins weigh upon your soul. Guilty!
Surprised I only need to do one of these.
Your penance is due!
I feel like usually there has to be like 4 of them.
Guilty!
Run from death.
One more, yeah, one more. But I've done the dailies. And I can get on to the story.
Another test subject. That tingle.
Time for retribution!
That really hit me.
Keep moving! Futile!
I got careless, Vic. The wrong test subject. Picked the wrong test subject.
Nowhere to run! Verdict is...
No, my sword.
Cross becomes
Confess! Futile! Bring it on!
Rain outlines your fate.
Time for retribution!
Right, all done, all done. I think I have this though. This won't take long though. Before I forget to do it in the rest of the week.
This realm is true.
I'll be honest, I don't really spend a whole lot of time looking at these and decorating this place. I just choose the ones I haven't built yet. Can't do that one. This one. That's 5. Okay.
If you ever have...
I don't know if you can tell, but by just looking at this, just a cluster and then emptiness, that I do not put any time into this. I do it solely for the weekly things. Okay. I think story time. Ooh, I need to go over this here first. Okay, do this one, I guess. Ugh. Ooh. I didn't change my title today. I mean, I guess I can quickly do that, but I mean, it doesn't really matter since I was doing, I mean, I do cynos story anyways, but I guess I can change it quickly. Right, that should be good. What am I supposed to do? Inquire about recent shipments. Oh, right, the boxes.
Excuse me, have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
No, not that I'm aware of. Perhaps you could ask someone else?
I see, I see.
Excuse me, have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh. Well, yes, but isn't that pretty normal? The academia consumes so many resources each day, everything from cooking ingredients, raw materials, even equipment for experiments. It's normal for goods to be coming in and out.
Is that so?
Right, but we're looking for shipments with
Yeah,
a
I don't know.
mattress seal.
I think he's kind
Have
of
you
sus.
seen any like that?
That I'm not too sure of. I normally wouldn't notice whether the goods have any seals or not.
Of course,
Maybe
of
you should ask
course.
someone else.
Ask someone else. That's what the culprit always says. I'm joking, by the way, if you can't tell.
Excuse me, have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the academia recently?
Huh? Why do you ask?
I'm just checking to ensure nothing unusual has happened.
Well, I can't say it's unusual, but I did notice something. There's a Kashar researcher who's been making frequent shipments recently. Dozen of large boxes each time, if not more.
A researcher, huh? Okay,
When I asked him
now we're
about
getting
it, he
somewhere.
said they just contained a bunch of old worn-out machines. The Kashar used to often sell scrap machines to traveling merchants, so I didn't really think anything of it. But he's been making a lot of shipments lately. There weren't ever so many outdated machines before.
And you didn't find that suspicious? Why didn't you report it for inspection?
Well, the boxes were stamped with a mattress seal. Why should I bother? Of course, I did start to wonder about the seal once, thinking that maybe they forged it or something. But you know what happened? A man named Taj came here and told me that he'd already inspected the goods personally
Of
and
course
ordered me
it's
to leave
Taj.
the researcher alone. I couldn't question his word, could I?
Impossible. There must be some sort of mistake. There's no way Taj would
Man,
ever...
you just need to give it up. He's guilty.
No, I won't believe it. Taj is an honorable man. Someone must be trying to frame him.
No. No.
Wait, I know another Matra who works with Taj. I can ask him to let us speak with Taj.
As I've already told you, I don't have any way to contact Taj. A few Eremites showed up looking for Taj yesterday, and he met with them in his office. I was standing outside of the door, and I vaguely heard them say, "Found it." Before I realized it, the door opened, and Taj left with the group of them. I noticed that he had also changed into Eremite attire. But Taj didn't come to work today, so I've also started to feel a little concerned about the whole thing. If you'd like to speak with him, maybe you can try visiting his home. He lives just on the outskirts of Sumeru City.
A group of Eremites? Could Taj really be the one making all the canned knowledge?
No way. Taj is just like Cyno. They're considered heroes among the Matra. There's no way that he would... Fine. Looks like there's no other choice.
Hey, don't let it get to you just yet. We'll get to the bottom of this once and for all.
The dudes shouldn't be so sure until we have searched every clue.
So, this is Taj's place. There doesn't seem to be anyone here.
Well, what should we do then? Do we break in?
No. Wait, the door's unlocked. Did Taj leave in a hurry? Well, anyway, we're still not sure if he's the real culprit. Probably not a good idea to go in without permission. You're right.
Ooh, that's one
Even
way
if we
to
apply for a
convince him.
warrant now, we won't be able to do anything until tomorrow at the earliest. This is an emergency. I just hope Taj doesn't mind. What's this?
It's a paper full of names written on it. Oh, and a map. Nabil, can you make any sense of this?
Yes, this is definitely Taj's handwriting. These papers look like records. These are the transactions between Taj and some other people. From the look of the numbers, the scale of this smuggling case is absolutely massive. The whole operation involves more than 300 people, including dozens of celebrities. These are famous scholars, merchants, mercenaries. I have a feeling that Cyno might be unaware of what he's up against. There's no way anyone could face such a large organization on their own. You're right, that's just who he is. As for the map, it appears to indicate the location of the Court of Desolation. Let's take it to Cyno and let him decide how to proceed. If Taj really has turned on his honor and committed these terrible acts, then I suspect that he might already be at the Court of Desolation as we... I don't want to suspect him, but I also don't know him very well. Maybe Cyno will know what to do.
All right, we'll give these to Cyno and see. Let's...
I don't know. It seems very obvious that Taj is the mastermind behind this, but I feel like it's just too obvious. Like they're pointing too many arrows at him for him to be involved. Oh, okay. Oopsies, I went to the wrong one. So I'm starting to think maybe he's not involved.
Well, Cyno, what do you make of it?
Taj. It's been a while since I last saw him. From what I remember, he is a straight-laced man. Although he would resort to extreme measures from time to time, he would never do anything against his beliefs.
So do you think he's the one behind all this?
I'm still not sure. I cannot imagine how devastating the incident with Mortada was for him. Nor can I deny the possibility that people can change.
At least
Whether
he's
it's out of love for his
considering
son or
the
for other
possibilities.
reasons. We have to see for ourselves to judge him. Or rather, the person he's become. That's right. It's clear that he had a hand in this case, yet he made no report of it. There's no doubting that. That's also why I need to see him. I must ask his reasoning and judge him myself. Time is ticking.
Oh, they're gonna expect me to actually find this place, aren't they? Ugh. So bad at this stuff. It's too terrible. I can just tell. Oops, it's the wrong button. These mountains look the same. Okay, what exactly did it look like? In here? Probably. No. 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 It's not any of those. Oh, is it this? Yes, it's this one. Okay, so there's a tree right here. It's like a flower or a heart. It's at the base of the stem almost. Like right here. That looks about right. Oops, wrong button. Delete this before I forget. Wait, it says lower. Oh.
Time following orders.
What the? Where could this be? Ah, it's in here, isn't it? Yeah, looks like it.
So this is the Court of Desolation. Are there really any treasures buried here? Oh, Paimon's kinda nervous. Could it be dangerous?
Don't worry. You'll be safe with me.
Oh god. Cynos trial character. It switched the spot to button 4.
Nowhere to run.
This has messed everything up now. So used to
No,
1,
my
3,
sword.
2, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1. Just repeating that cycle. Now I have to change it up.
Futile.
Personally, though, if I didn't have Cyno in my
These walls
party,
have
I would be
definitely
having
seen
probably
better
5
days.
characters here.
Was there some sort of
These aren't
fight
in my
here?
party.
Let's keep going
There's
and see
still
what
only
we can
4.
find.
Wait. If it's the trial Cyno, that probably also means that he's only level 80, isn't he? Oh, never mind. Never mind. It's level 90s. Maybe still my Cyno.
Body and mind. Rain outlines
I
your
hope
fate.
so. Because I've spent a lot of time and money on it.
Nowhere to run.
Whoa, is it just Paimon? Or did that passageway just rotate? It's not gonna start moving again, is it? Either way, we should be careful.
Oh. Okay. I was very confused what that does, but I see it opens up the floor. Can I just run past these? Oh, I guess I can. Ooh, what the heck is this? Oh god, that's trippy. That is very trippy.
A passage! Hopefully that's our way in. That eye seems to be staring right at us. This place gives Paimon the creeps. You go first.
Oh god. It feels like I'm the one spinning, not the room that's spinning. Where am I trying to go? This? Oh. I'm confused. No, I can't climb there. What am I supposed to do? What? I'm confused. What am I supposed to do? Oh! Wait, what? Just was pushing that button just make it so this piece doesn't rotate? I don't know. Yes, I'm too dumb to figure this stuff out.
Judgment is upon you.
Lucky me that I just guessed.
Taj.
Ah, Cyno. It's been some time since I've seen you last. I trust you are doing well. Seeing that you've made it all the way here, you must be on the cusp of wrapping up your investigation, I presume. Even faster than I expected. Is it because you have some new partners now?
That's right. This case is nearly closed.
Moments.
But the most important answer still eludes me. Was it all your
bad or
doing?
good?
Smuggling the canned knowledge? The research of the Court of Desolation?
Yes.
Oh.
It was me.
I think it was too obvious.
Then explain why.
That's the difficult part. Let's just say I've changed. I've become a selfish coward who only wants to pursue his own interests.
I find that hard to believe.
Oh, really? Way I see it, every person will end up like me sooner or later. When you're young, you press forward, unattached, living solely for the justice in your heart. But as you begin to age, you start to become more cautious. You know many things are wrong, but still turn a blind eye to them. I was the same. I never questioned my actions until Murtada died. I could feel the justice that I once strived to uphold slowly crumbling in my heart. I was completely dedicated to all that I did, but as I grew older, I found myself feeling alone, miserable. Can you imagine what it feels like to not have the will to live, but not be able to die? Murtada was sent to prison by my own hands. I set myself on this painful path. My son hated me till the day he died, and now I must live with that pain and regret. I failed him as a father. But now I have a chance to make it right. A chance to reunite with him.
But how is doing this gonna...
The Court of Desolation. Here
Oh,
lies
right,
the
I forgot about
key to
that he can
overcoming
bless
life
his
and
son.
death.
I forgot
The
about that.
power to even bring the dead back to life.
So, did
Okay,
you
wait.
already find what you needed here?
If the son killed himself, I don't think you would want to be brought back.
See this door behind me? Behind it lies the treasures that I seek. I'm so close, Cyno. If only you hadn't arrived now,
But if he
I
only
could already
wanted
have...
to res his son, why spread all the canned knowledge? What would that have done?
Enough conjecture. What has happened is already part of the past.
Too dumb for this stuff.
You cannot bring the dead back to life. In the end, the treasures you seek are nothing but myths and legend.
Since you're so sure, why don't you just let me open the door and see them?
No. I sense danger behind that door. There will be dire consequences the moment you open it.
I beg you, as an old partner, can you let me fulfill my last wish just this once?
Nah, 'cause I feel like it's not going to be behind there and he's never going to stop.
Surely you get it by now. Doing your job without mercy will only drive people away from you.
That's not
I'm
true.
the prime example.
We're beside him.
I don't overthink things. If there is only one way for me to defend my principles,
He's not cold-hearted.
then that is the path I will take.
Seems there's no convincing you. All right then. Let's see if your polearm skills have improved at all.
That wasn't in sync. Oh well.
This power is mine.
No, my sword!
The different word is very much messing me up.
Verdict is...
I will set things right no matter what it costs.
Surrender!
Time to act.
Well, that was quick.
Your strength.
You feel it, don't you? I'm stronger than you remember. I gained new power when I entered the Court of Desolation. This is only a taste of it. Once I open the door behind me, this power will be complete. Even
That's
life
supposed to
and
be
death will have no grip on me.
Uh-oh. We have to stop this guy!
I won't let
I
you
don't
open
know.
that
That's pretty
door.
weak.
I wouldn't be so sure. I'm afraid it won't be easy to stop me now that you're injured. Or are you ready
man,
to
I think you're the
sacrifice
one
your
that's
life
injured.
for this?
I'll do what I have to.
I still remember when we first became partners. You were always charging forward and putting your life on the line, just like now. Even after all this time, you still haven't changed.
You haven't changed either. You left that list of names and map in your house on purpose, didn't you? You wanted me to be able to find you here. All of this
Well, this guy's smart.
was just part of the act you were putting on. What happened just now was also part of your plan. You might have fooled those on the list. But you will not fool me. I had my suspicions from the beginning, but I couldn't be sure until we fought. If he really had changed, your fighting style wouldn't be as it was before.
What?
Huh? What do you mean, Cyno?
He never planned on opening the door. His true intention was...
What's happening?
Seems our time is running short. Let me make this quick then. After Mortada died, my spirit was crushed. For a long time, I was hoping this reality was just some terrible nightmare. I hoped I would just wake up and be able to see his smiling face again. That is when I was approached by someone who wished to collaborate and find the Court of Desolation together. I did some investigation of my own and discovered they were part of a massive organization. People from every walk of life are involved. They are relentless in their search, pouring countless mora into secret research, even sacrificing lives in hopes that the Court of Desolation...
Was I right? Was I right?
No wonder banning the research wasn't enough. A full-scale operation was already in motion.
I'm a flesh and blood human like anyone else, so I obviously hesitated and considered it. The thought of bringing my son back tugged at my heart, but in the end, I came to my senses. I knew that I could not let myself go down that path.
I was
suddenly
right, Chad.
came
I was
to a
right.
realization
I
amidst
knew it was
my
too obvious.
suffering. The Court of Desolation, a place that once drove people to tragedy, was still doing so, even centuries later. As long as this place exists, people will recklessly seek it out, just as Mortada did, generation after generation, regardless of the cost. Let it be buried beneath the sand forever.
I thought he was destroying it. I thought
Once
so.
the Court of Desolation is gone, there will no longer be anyone obsessed with seeking it out. That's right. I acted as if I had abandoned my convictions just so that they would cooperate without raising any suspicion. This was the only way I could find and destroy this place. But that wasn't enough. I needed someone I could trust to bring the organization to justice. The academia forbids the research of the Court of Desolation, so they would never approve my plan in the first place. To add to the problem, the organization is so powerful that they even have members working within the academia. If I wished to destroy the organization, I couldn't just count on the academia alone.
Okay, but did Taj put the seals on the boxes, or did someone else?
So, you pretended to be the one behind all this as a test for me.
Yes. I'm sorry, but now I am assured. You haven't changed at all. You are still as you always were, fearless, and making no compromise. Anyway, this place is collapsing. You must leave now.
Wait! Aren't you leaving too? There are still loads of bad guys to catch outside!
His fate is already sealed. There is no life left inside him. He is like a candle with no more wick to burn.
Oh.
You planned it all from the very beginning, didn't you? Risking being treated as a traitor to collaborate with
So
them.
he didn't lie when he said he wanted to
Sacrificing your
join
own
his
life
son.
to open and destroy the
Or that
Court
he
of
would see him
Desolation.
again. It's not that he was bringing him back. It's that he was gonna join him on the other side. Oh god, that's
I
sad.
made a grave mistake by allowing the smuggling and the research of this place. Let this be the final judgment on myself. I was always so busy with work that I never made time to fulfill Mortada's wishes. Finding this place was his biggest wish. Since I'll be reuniting with him here, I can only hope he won't have anything more to hold against me.
That seems like such a sweet smile.
I'll leave all those people on the list to you. Sorry for all the trouble I've caused.
There's nothing to be sorry for. We are partners. If you see Mortada, send him my greetings. Goodbye, old friend.
Aww.
Dad, why are they so strict with me? I'm always the only one who gets in trouble.
Just leave me alone! Don't worry, I won't damage your precious reputation.
All right, Dad. Let's start over. By the way, I finally found an area of research I wish to pursue. Why can't you show even a little leniency? Why?
Because we are Matra.
I feel like that'd be a terrible way to die, though. Being slowly suffocated by sand.
Huh? The Court of Desolation has...
Just as Taj said, that place had caused too many disasters and tragedies. Being buried in quicksand is its rightful
that
end.
doesn't look very deep. Can't people just dig through it? But then I forgot in the cutscene it was like way up.
To them, as long as there's more to be made, they will disregard the Academia's rules, whether it's the Court of Desolation or anything else. Their only goal is to make massive profits off of dangerous research. Taj may have set them back with the Court of Desolation, but it won't be long before they continue searching for another target. That's an opportunity that I will not let them have.
We'll help too.
Thank you, but you've already done enough. Just leave the rest to me. I will bring them to justice myself. Besides, I promised you that I would sweep away any potential danger. So, that's what I'm going to do. Wait for me at Caravan Rebob 4 days from now.
Oh god. That's so long. But I want to get the story done, so I'll just skip through the time. That's 2 days. This is taking a long time. This is always the boring part. Just keep waiting. Just keep waiting. Ugh. I'm gonna grow old by the time it finishes. Ugh. I'm gonna die. Okay, it's finally done.
We meet again. Thank you so much for all your help.
Nabil, what are you doing here?
Convicts from the desert are being escorted through Caravan Ribat, so I'm here to keep an eye on things. This should be the last group of them, so I'll be heading back to the Academia once they're cleared. The last few days have been quite the ride, but fortunately, I can say with confidence that this case is finally coming to an end. At first, the mercenary groups on the list were putting up quite a fight. They made several desperate attempts to cover up the truth. However, Cyno crossed the desert and took out their main camp overnight. After that, people on the list started to put pressure on the higher-ups within the Academia. Everyone was on edge, and the case came to a standstill.
And? Then what happened?
Well, then we received word that Taj Radkani had sacrificed himself on the case. The news really stirred up the members of our ranks. The Matra then moved together against the enemy. We cleared out the traitors from within the Academia and arrested all the researchers on the list. Some of them managed to get out of the Academia, but still failed to escape. The scattered criminals were captured by Cyno all across Sumeru. I even heard that someone was about to escape to Fontaine, but was still apprehended just at the border. Having more than 300 prisoners apprehended for interrogation has definitely shaken things up recently.
That's a lot of people.
Is Cyno alright? He didn't get injured, did he?
He seems
Of
fine,
course
but
not.
nobody knows the real situation. He brought over
Cyno
300
talking about here.
suspects to judgment all on his own. Among them were even some of our former colleagues. Not just the criminals are afraid of him. Even we start feeling a little nervous when he's around now.
What?
But even
He's
if
so
we start
sweet.
feeling all self-conscious, thinking if we've done anything wrong, we're still always honored to have Cyno around. By the way, are you guys here to see Cyno? I think I just saw him walking in that direction when I was on watch nearby. He was walking with someone I didn't recognize, and then before I knew it, they were nowhere to be seen. If you happen to see him, please send my regards.
Sure thing, Nabil. You be careful too. Don't let any of those bad guys escape.
Don't worry about me. If anything happens, you can find me at the Academia anytime. Farewell then.
Trying to single-handedly bring
Oh,
300 people to justice
we
must
finally see
feel
them
pretty
together.
exhilarating. But I can assure you this is certainly not the best solution.
I don't think I've heard a single Cyno joke. Are we finally gonna hear some? I hope. Please, 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 please.
I'm aware. However, I learned something unexpected during interrogation. Apparently, someone had enticed Murtada Radkani into becoming interested in researching the Court of Desolation. Murtada had lived in his father's shadow all his life. Naturally, he wanted to conduct research that would seem groundbreaking and significant. After Murtada died, the organization tried to use Taj's shame regarding his son to add him to their ranks, toying with others' minds, treating lives like dirt, and doing anything for their own interests. This makes me angry.
Cyno's kind of hot when he's angry.
Fine, I understand. This is a type of trap I've been working on which uses plants. Here, take some just in case you need them next time. If thrown into the mud, the trap will grow rapidly and disperse a pollen that has a paralyzing effect. I don't have much use for the traps these days, but maybe you will, and can help me collect more testing data.
Cyno! Tainari! Oh, so Tainari must be who Nabil saw earlier. Are you also here to see Cyno?
That's right. Cyno asked me to collect some medicinal herbs to treat a girl named Simin.
Oh, the daughter?
I also dropped by just to check for any injuries. He seems to be fine physically, but he looks a little more lonely than I remember.
Probably because he just
And
left.
Cyno,
Lost his old partner.
relax. You don't always have to look so serious, you know. Why don't you play more Genius Invocation TCG, huh? Kale has always been a little wary of you, and your stern expression certainly isn't helping.
How is Kale these days?
She's grown a bit taller, but her grades could use some improvement. She still made many mistakes on her last test, even after I had marked all the important content in the book for her. After some time, I plan on having her go outside more. It just so happens that I have something she can help me with.
Huh? Holly is leaving Avidia Forest? What happened?
Well, I've asked her to host some ad hoc lectures to teach the dangers of canned knowledge, as well as how to use it safely. Although we've apprehended all the criminals behind the recent smuggling case, there are many people who are still curious and seek canned knowledge. So, I decided to ask her to work on increasing knowledge and awareness on the topic. Please be sure to keep an eye on her.
I will.
If anything else happens, the three of you can find me in the Avidia Forest. Take care.
I've already caught those who were preparing to attack you in secret. Even if some criminals did slip through our fingers, they wouldn't know that you were involved in the case. So you can relax.
God, see, he's so sweet. How can anyone be scared of him?
It's still not time for me to rest yet. Those who died have fulfilled their wishes, but those who are alive must continue pressing forward. I've been thinking about what Taj said in the Court of Desolation these last few days. His words were not empty. People do change, and no belief can completely resist the erosion of time. I just hope my own change will come slowly, so that I can press on a little further. That way, those who see me as their superior, and those who are following in my footsteps, will learn courage from my example.
Aww.
Just as I gained courage from my own superiors, and my partner. I'll be fine. I'm also enjoying my chat with you right now, you know?
My god.
There are many things I feel
Jeez,
better
I
about
know.
once I start to talk about them. Many people want to go to the desert to offer condolences for Taj. But I didn't share details with anyone. I'd prefer to avoid revealing the location of the Court of Desolation.
That's probably a good
One
idea.
day, I'll gather some flowers that grow in arid desert conditions. And then, I was hoping you'd join me in planting them on the remains of the Court of Desolation.
Of course. That's so beautiful. I love that. But we didn't hear any sign of jokes. I'm kinda disappointed. Here, about all these jokes that Sino makes, but I've never actually ever seen one in a story. Oh well. Alright, well, that's Sino's story. So I guess I'll do the main story now. I hope I'm almost to the Fontaine missions. I feel like I'm going the wrong way. Oh, maybe not. Why is Candace not invited to this?
Looks like we're the last ones to arrive.
I feel like she also helped, didn't she?
You're here.
Ah, there you are.
Well, look who finally decided to show up.
You look like you came here immediately after finishing up some work. I'm very happy to see you here.
But we're not late, are we? It's just that everyone else arrived ahead of time.
I propose that the last one who arrived be put in charge of today's speeches.
Nope, I'm good,
Nah, there won't be any speeches today.
Oh, really? Well, even better.
Come join us over here. Let's share some great food and drinks, and chat about all sorts of fun things.
Everything looks quite good.
Wow, Paimon can't wait! Traveler, just look at all the delicious food here. Whoa, it's so delicious! Oh, this grilled meat tastes amazing!
The food was specially prepared for you by everyone in the Grand Bazaar. And we have gifts that were sent by the residents of Sumeru City when they heard we were holding a feast. Everyone that
that's
came
sweet.
said that you saved Sumeru and wanted me to thank you all on their behalf.
Ah, feels kind of nice to be seen
I mean,
as a
she
hero.
helped too.
I could get used to this.
Being a bodyguard is also a hero's job. You've always been amazing, Dia.
My lady sure has a way with words. Thanks. I'm glad to hear it.
I feel like she's really trying to convince her to be her bodyguard.
And I'm happy to meet everyone that participated in the great plan.
Don't mention it.
Come to think of it, we've really done something impressive together. It's unbelievable.
We owe it to our abilities. And luck.
Really? Why do I remember everybody thinking that luck was against us and feeling like we hardly had a chance of succeeding?
That's how I remember it too.
It's luck that brought us together, and it was luck that let us form a team. Then, it took even more luck for us to formulate a plan and implement it successfully. Moreover, judging from the results, everything worked out well.
Yeah, everyone gave it their all when it mattered most. It was almost like a performance. We took the stage and put on our best show.
That's true.
Everyone played their part, and thanks to everyone's efforts, the performance was a great success.
So, would you say we're good actors too?
It's such a blessing that Lesser Lord Kusanali was able to return to power at the Academia.
Yes, even after being abandoned and neglected so many times, she's finally returned. Uh-huh. Lesser Lord Kusanali once used all her power in a great disaster, which resulted in her losing all her wisdom and memories of the past. The Academia basically abandoned her because of it.
This is because people don't remember Greater Lord, right?
This
So
should
it
be
was
something
told
everybody should remember. Huh? You look surprised. I didn't say anything wrong, did I?
No, everything you said is correct.
That's good.
Something wrong?
Yeah, what's with that face? You knew all of this already.
Even if those two giants of the Academia are here, I still have to say it. Those sages really have some nerve. 500 years ago, Lesser Lord Kusanali used all her power for the people of Sumeru. And what did they do in return?
Yeah. At least one person still remembers her.
If you bite the hand that feeds you, don't act surprised when it turns into a knuckle sandwich, right, Cyno?
Perhaps I shouldn't say this, but their treatment of Lesser Lord Kusanali calls for a more severe punishment.
I agree.
You could simply tell Lesser Lord Kusanali that you wish to have Azar and his accomplices severely punished.
I respect our deity's decision and won't interfere in any way.
I get along with Cyno.
While we're on this topic,
I agree.
why didn't you accept the Academia's invitation to become the Grand Sage?
Are you trying to say that I'm fit to be a sage?
I don't know. It's a little grumpy and an asshole to be a sage.
Not at all. But every person handling the selection process has said that you are the most suitable candidate to lead the Academia right now.
Why? Because he dethroned Azar from power?
Could you try to put it another way? This is a good thing, yet you're making it sound like I overthrew Azar for my own personal gain.
But seriously, though, I always wondered if you had some personal motives behind it.
Burn.
I did have my own motive, but it had nothing to do with being a sage. If the rules of our nation were suddenly cast by the wayside, then it wouldn't be long until chaos ensued. I had no intention of letting their dreams disrupt my life.
By that, you mean your life working as the Academia's scribe.
Precisely.
Wait, is that all?
So, that's the only reason why you joined us and came up with all those plans?
It's reason enough.
I was listening, what?
You've certainly got quite the personality.
You flatter me.
All right then. How about you? You've already resumed work as the General Mahamatra, right?
That's right.
Will you be happy with that life?
It's not about being happy. There are merely a lot of things that I must do.
That's so sad.
Even so, keep your spirits up and try to be happy, okay? And try to smile more every day, just like I'm doing now.
Speak, girl, speak.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
He didn't sound very impressed.
I seldom participate in such lively gatherings, but the atmosphere here is quite good. No. This gathering today has a unique meaning. The Grand Bazaar is lively because the people here feel happiness from the bottom of their hearts. Unlike the farces at the Academia, that happiness is an emotion that'll be forever alien to those bookworms who have driven themselves insane by studying. I seem to have taken both keys when I left the house.
Oh no! Poor... Wait, what's his name? Kava? No, that's not right.
Oh well.
That's so mean!
My lady, the grilled meat over there is delicious. Have you tried it?
Yes, I also tried some fruit just now. Oh, they're very sweet. What an amazing place to relax. No wonder everybody likes to rest at the Grand Bazaar.
You said it. Oh, look who else is here.
Yes, it is I.
Hello. Oh, I'm so happy Nilu invited everybody. Oh, now I have the chance to meet all the heroes.
Hey, less of that polite chit-chat and more eating and drinking. The feast is about having fun, not stuffy formalities.
Let's get wasted. Shots.
Well, how is it? Are you enjoying the feast today? If there's anything you're unhappy with, just let me know.
She's so sweet.
I'll be sure to take note of it. That's good. It's the first time I've ever invited so many exceptional people to one place. I was a little nervous myself. You see, every guest here is quite extraordinary. It's unbelievable that we've got everyone together here. Almost like a fairy tale. Make sure you live it up tonight. I'll be happy as long as you're enjoying yourselves. I'm honored to have her think of me this way.
Oh,
if I have a chance in the future,
about her dance. I remember
would
now.
really like to invite her to one of my performances. I can't explain why, but I just feel elated right now. Thank you.
Aww. God, she's so sweet and adorable. Oh, I forgot about Tina.
The
How can I
atmosphere
forget
here is
about my
good,
boy?
and everything is delicious. Yeah. I don't often come to such places, but it feels quite good. I have a lot to handle these days. Otherwise, I could show you around. There's always next time. We're friends after all.
Oh my god. Did he just call us our friends? I'm gonna cry.
This feast is pretty good. I like it.
I know. I'm gonna remember that forever. Oh my. That was adorable.
Hey,
Still think that would have made it better
your head is starting
if there was
to
a
droop.
side of joke.
Hey, you can't just fall asleep here. Paimon will go find something delicious for you to eat. You'll wake up once you've put something yummy in your tummy. Of course, just wait here for Paimon.
What's going on?
It's me.
Oh.
forgiving me for being a bit too self-indulgent. I was thinking about talking with you, and the next thing I knew, I had made a connection with you.
Aww.
The connection between us is amazing. It's like flora and the fence it grows upon. I heard there's an amazing celebration feast today at the Grand Bazaar. I wanted to have a look for myself, so I snuck in. Lately, I've been so busy dealing with all the fallout from recent events, so I really haven't had any free time. Although you've already helped me with a lot, there's still one more thing I hope you can help me with.
I'll always help you, Nahida. You're so sweet and adorable.
Please say thank you to everyone for me.
Wait, is that the favor she wanted?
Oh, is it not convenient for you to do that for me?
Oh.
But if I just show up all of a sudden, people will become all quiet and stiff, won't they?
No, they would
What if
appreciate
I end up
it.
scaring them and ruining this wonderful feast? That'd be the last thing I want.
I agree. She should just do it herself.
Let me think about it. Okay. Yes, I have. You said I should go thank everyone as myself, right? So...
Wait,
I've decided to borrow your body for the time being. Please don't blame me. The flora also climbs up to the fence to get closer to the sky.
That's funny.
Everyone! Are you awake now? Paimon was just about to bring you the food. It's me. Huh? That voice. Nahida?
Hold up. What's going on?
I didn't expect to have a conversation with the consciousness of Lesser Lord Kusanali in the Grand Bazaar. Interesting. Is this also a part of the feast?
No, of course not. Are you Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Wait, she never met her, did she? I guess a lot of them didn't.
Hello, Nilu.
You know who I am?
Yes, I already know every one of you. Nilu, Alhaitham, Cyno, Dia, Paimon, and Dunyarzad.
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
I took the liberty of occupying the traveler's body so that I could thank all of you in person. Thank you so much for rescuing me, even if that meant placing your own safety in peril and taking the risk of becoming enemies with the academia, the sages, the doctor, the balladeer, and even the entirety of Sumeru. Without you, without any of you, I would have been in a much more difficult situation.
That's what was right.
Had you not helped me to resolve the crisis, not only I, but Sumeru and even the entirety of Tevat would have suffered great misfortune. People refer to you as the heroes who managed to rescue a god. I'm quite fond of this name. It not only explains your identities, but also bears witness to your relationship with me. Please, allow me to present to you my most sincere gratitude.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, you have done so much for Sumeru, and I didn't even have a chance to do anything for you. You don't have to do this.
Dunyarzad, the suffering you endured during your illness is also proof of you being with me and praying for me. Thank you.
You don't need to be so ceremonious. It's always been my duty to protect you.
Aww.
This is how the relationship between the Academia and Dendro Archon should be. We just did what was necessary and set things back on the right path.
You know, sometimes he's not such a dick.
You're an Archon, but you act so humble. You really don't need to be so polite with us.
I'm honored to have been able to take part in this plan. I hoped you liked the dance I dedicated to you.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Are you awake? Did you rest well? After Nahida left, you ate a lot of food. You've become a glutton.
Says Paimon.
That just means you still have a lot to learn from Master Paimon. The sage of gluttony. Alright, since you're awake now, should we go and have a chat with Nahida? She should be in the academia right about now. If you have any questions, now's your chance to ask.
I'm assuming this story is almost done.
Hello, Traveler and Paimon. What a fantastic night. I'm still immersed in all the happiness and joy, like a candle floating on water. So are we, and that's why we're here to talk with you. Is there anything you want to know?
Ooh. Boat Fontaine, the next stop on my journey.
Is that where you're headed next? Fontaine, the nation of justice?
Yeah.
As far as I know,
I'm also Fontaine.
That nation operates in a judicial system. Does their Archon personally judge people? No, there's a Chief Justice in Fontaine. Generally speaking, the Hydra Archon, Focalor, won't preside over individual trials. However, even then, Focalor will still make herself present at just about every trial. It seems that she just likes to immerse herself in that sort of atmosphere. As Archon, she still reserves the right to influence the final verdict. Anyway, let's just say she's got, a very unique personality.
Unique how? I don't know. I'm too lazy to ask about the
Are
rest
you
of these.
sure? Isn't there something else you haven't asked about yet? Huh? You mean... About your brother. While you were resting at Gandharvaville, I took some time to perform an Irminsul search for information on your brother. Yeah! Isn't Irminsul a repository for all the information and memories of Tevat? So there shouldn't be anything on her or her brother. This is true in your case. Irminsul indeed does not have any information on you.
Did the other one get placed in an earlier timeline, maybe?
However, there must be something different about your brother. Because as it turns out, the world has recorded information on him after all.
Cause like, yeah, in the commercials I've seen, like, says that the one twin that you don't choose has already lived through the world once. Now it's the character you're playing's turn. And soon, like, you'll figure out why they're on the side of the abyss? Is that what it is?
What? There's only one possible explanation. He belongs to this world. first trip to Teyvat? According to the records I was able to access, your sibling suddenly appeared in Conria. After the Conria disaster, he began his journey through the 7 nations of Teyvat. But just as his journey was about to reach its conclusion, the Irminsul records on him suddenly become fuzzy.
What do you mean, fuzzy? Did something happen to him?
All I know for sure is that somebody, for reasons only they can know, is deliberately obfuscating his fate. And whoever it is, if they can do that, who knows what else they're capable of.
But even that wouldn't explain how he somehow comes from this world.
Something else I noticed was that according to these records, the Fatui have not classified your sibling as one of the Descenders.
The Descenders?
What's a Descender? Paimon's never heard of it.
Look, I'm sure you must be curious about the information I received from the Fatui in return for my gnosis, right? A very important part of the intel was about this world's Descenders. External beings, ones that don't belong to this world. Traveler, you are Teyvat's 4th Descender.
4?
Huh? So the Fatui count 3 other Descenders before the Traveler, and her brother isn't even one of them?
That's right. My current hypothesis is that the first Descender was likely what we now call the Heavenly Principles. As for the other Descenders, I still need to verify their existence. It could take me some time.
Paimon's head's about to burst from all this crazy new information.
And yet, even knowing all this, I'm sure you must still have a lot of unanswered questions.
If anything, there's just more questions.
I must say, I truly regret that I can't help you more as the God of Wisdom. There are many questions in my heart as well. I will need some time to go through each one of them. And soon, you'll also begin your journey anew and depart from Sumeru. I'm very interested in your future. It's a journey that can't be observed or recorded by this world. If fate is the ultimate knowledge, then your future will be the ultimate fate.
Paimon's sure glad we got to meet you, Nahida.
Me too.
The pleasure is all mine. I can't thank you enough. Alright, that's enough talk for today. If you ever miss me, just close your eyes, and maybe I'll appear in your dreams.
Aww.
You must have a whole bunch of questions after our last conversation with Nahida. Paimon was ready to ask her a million more questions, but didn't want to seem too pushy. Like, about these Descenders. So, does that just mean people like you who come traveling to Teyvat from someplace else? And as for your brother... so many questions. Let's go find Nahida and see what else we can find out.
Great. Oh, these both are the main story ones? In order to look for more information about your sibling, you and Paimon decided to visit Nahida in the sanctuary. Once more along the way, you hear people discussing something. What's that port? Almost is currently mooring himself sick over a letter with an unclear address. Oh, and I unlocked. Oh my god, I unlocked all of these. How do I unlock? Okay, this one obviously I need to do this one first. To do chapter Act 2. Okay, so it's the same one as that one. Is this one else? Oh. Oh, I just need to use a story key. Oh. guess I can also unlock these ones also. I need to unlock this though. Oops. I just clicked off the screen. Oh, that's a lot of missions. Okay, I guess I'll do this one.
Paimon's heard that Alhaitham's been made acting Grand Sage, but with that personality of his, oh boy. You think things will be okay?
Nope, I don't think so.
Why don't we...
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be an essay, you understand? An essay. That means facts and logic.
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tatara Suna mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's little to be objective about. Unless, of course, you restrict yourself to textual criticism.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fascinating enough without having to sensationalize it, don't you think? The strange location, the missing details, a mysterious person. I want to write my essay on something interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this. That's the only reason I came to you.
What are they talking about?
Yes, you came to me. So all the more reason to take my advice. The fact is, it's the dramatization that will make people want to read it. There's no getting around that.
Okay, but...
Did one of them just mention Tatara Suna? But that's all the way in Inazuma.
What? I haven't picked that up.
Or is it kinda unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a paper about that? Everyone here's just going about their business. Maybe it really is just Paimon. Guess people here are free to research pretty much anything. Great! Let's go find out what this Tatara Suna mystery is all about.
All right, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper. If only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about her, this seems like the kind of thing she'd know about.
Here she is.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma. This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence. Sorry.
What evidence?
Sawada, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kinda lacking. Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about Tatara Suna?
Actually,
yeah, don't even remember
we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted to learn more.
I see. My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatara Suna's past. But who'd have thought that...
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatara Suna.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive for a first read?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay draft.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatara Suna. The writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted a fine blade. But in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows. Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down,
The records also mention a kabuki mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger. Someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This kabuki mono lived in Tatarasuna for a while before disappearing without a trace. And shortly afterwards, as Akaba mentioned, things got pretty ugly.
So first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens? Seems kind of fishy to Paimon.
Yes, my thoughts exactly.
Seems confusing
So I
to
helped
me.
out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then. And wow! Did I get lucky!
Stop shouting!
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out. It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the Government Records Office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago. Even back then, Tatarasuna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough, it seems like he went missing too.
Wait, so there are 2 missing people in this story now?
Could what be?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great swordsmith clans of Inazuma?
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and so on?
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan, the last practitioners of Ishin art. Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that time, it makes you wonder whether it's all connected somehow.
The Kaidahara clan?
Probably.
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course, because in all my years as a writer, this is by far the most...
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabuki Mono was not a human, but a puppet.
Is it Scaramouche?
A puppet?
Yeah, has to be the Balladeer. But what was he doing 400 years ago in terms of that? Whatever,
Judging
how
by
you
the looks
pronounce
on your faces, you do know something after all.
No! Paimon just meant, how creepy. The way you described it makes it sound like a ghost story.
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected. And that's exactly what my book is about. Please, take a look.
Yeah. Seems interesting, man. Yeah.
Oh, and
Not reading
please
that.
read my essay draft as well.
Oh wow, yeah, this is great too. Yeah. Thanks, man.
Sawada
Great.
was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. I don't think explaining everything away with mysterious forces will cut it. Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue? Like, I could put a turf war between rival factions at the center of the whole series of events.
Oh?
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay
That doesn't
there.
sound like a fact to me.
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is to know. This is as much detail as you're ever going to get. Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have of finding out the truth?
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some time. I need to find a new angle on this.
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye for now. Good luck with your essay!
All right, thank you. If you find out any more info about all this, please do let me know. Thanks so much.
balladeer, doesn't it? Okay, then, even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh? After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information
so he's not dead.
people
Okay,
like
I was
that
worried
is
about that.
usually super confidential, isn't it? If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. There's no point in...
That was a balladeer.
Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like... the balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
Was he here?
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Nahida! Bad news. We just saw the balladeer strolling around in public. Did he escape or... Ah! It's him!
Sure enough, you're here.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surasthana? Aren't you supposed to be locked up? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain. It was my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me. A deal? Huh. You sure you trust this guy?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about.
Hey, we didn't see that. We didn't say
But
that.
if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
Okay, I don't think he needs to be
So
killed.
if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
Damn, this guy is mean.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down? But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the balladeer.
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you, considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time. The Balladier's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. That puts him in quite a precarious position. Plus, he's a former Harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond. Wait a second. Farmer? You mean he's not a Harbinger anymore? I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
Damn.
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui, and also between each of the Harbingers. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be. Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
Yeah, obviously! Nahida, don't listen to him! Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time.
I don't know if Nahida trusts him.
Today can
I'd
be
be
a
willing to
trial
side with
run.
her.
Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch. Nahida, are you serious about this? Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit.
Huh?
Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul. Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that? Mm-hmm. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. This is an extremely important point. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect. The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long, even for me. So I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information, and should be able to find it more quickly. Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him! He's treated us as enemies every time we've run into him! I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, I know what your heart desires most of all. Our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns.
Aww.
As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you. If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it.
I think it's worth a shot to take.
It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than earned it. Paimon's still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help? I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. Seems like we have a telepathic connection. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned. Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. If you could accompany him, it would put my mind at ease. Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside. Great, thank you. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Oh, don't do it right now, don't do it right now.
Wow, it looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
I guess I have to do this first.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
Send me to babysit
You beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru. Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through. I know there are many grievances between you, on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else.
Fine. Let's call it truce. But only until this mission's over.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are gonna be traveling together after all. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your pretty eyes open and try not to fall behind.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventuring than us.
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going. Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Wow. So this is the inside of Irminsul. Ooh. Paimon's never seen anything like this. And it feels like a sacred place.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Teyvat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart of Irminsul.
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Let's go. Stay close. Don't go running off.
Hey, so... say we did go running off in here. What would happen? What are you smirking at?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option is to stick close to me.
Yes, sir. I don't know. I don't like him, but I don't hate him either.
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
It looks the same in every direction. No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? Oh, what is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a huge tree!
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Good, you made it. Are you ready?
ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint.
The Balladier's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive.
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk? I've also invited Paimon to join. Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads? That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while.
I don't know, it's kind of creepy.
Paimon's never tried
She can
this
hear
before.
all your thoughts.
This is great! So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladeer's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say. As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers. Well done. Smart and attentive as always. So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person he is today.
Okay, but to be fair, like, the one person didn't really betray him, he just died.
Turns out, he can get hurt and angry just like anyone else. Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon. Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. Nahida, do you know anything about that? If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on, yes. I know about all of that. Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought. Oh? How interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone. So the Gesse got it right? Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
How did he know?
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation. Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
So, have you found anything yet?
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
Wait! How did you know about that? Did Nahida tell you?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh?
This light. It looks similar to those saplings. What could it be?
Anonymous data.
Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have to share it with us.
Shh. Just wait.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatarasuna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
It's...
Whoa!
I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else. Under your leadership, Tatarasuna is a warm, welcoming place. Like a giant village. People are gainfully employed, their lives have purpose. They are motivated. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatara Suna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing crystal marrow. The forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown, all passing on their legacy. Skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade. That is why you accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and Akame.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. At least not on the same timescale. You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now every piece of ore here is smelted using the new technique. Even now, you remain one of Tatara Suna's key consultants, working right here alongside us. I believe it is you, sir, who are truly responsible for the changes in our manufacturing and forging methods.
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma, and it has been my great honor to befriend you all.
Wait, how do we know his name? Oh wait,
so
did
you
he
say,
it?
Escher. But is this really the truth?
My good sir, what do you mean?
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected, because I didn't want to speculate, and I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? Mounting production problems? Worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to rise at an alarming rate. And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth from spreading outside, but still, I suspect you understand it better than I do. None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun. This is our last hope, but that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does. Otherwise, why would you still be standing there with that smile on your face?
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere. I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher. But Mr. Mikoshi is more cautious than I. He does things by the book.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is well advised.
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine.
15 minutes. Oh, God.
Are you sure you're not a little overqualified?
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death. But what about you? What are you still doing here?
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
Drop the act! We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatara Suna has worked. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
Oh.
A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You...
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for. I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that I was not from Fontaine at all. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatarasuna.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place? Is that it?
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet. You're a human. You're just missing a heart.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out.
I still don't understand what he's trying to accomplish, though.
This makes no sense. What are you really trying to accomplish by all this? Why go to all this trouble?
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui Harbinger. Call me...
He's the doctor.
The Doctor.
The Fatui? Who... What do you want?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
Wait, didn't they say this was like 400 years ago, though?
That's it. That's why you gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise. My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting...
God, this guy is
Make no
evil.
mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and I see him as one of us. He has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only ones who think like that are people like you.
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little guilty. Then out of respect for you, I shall redefine myself. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope to defeat. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, that will prove quite impossible. Mr. Niwa? Already dead. What a pity.
I don't like this guy. I do not like him at all.
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was.
Jester?
I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade. And if not, let's turn him to dust.
Hey, are you alright?
Did he not know about this?
Dottore.
Oh god.
Dottore!
That doesn't sound good.
Good. Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine? But why did we see things from his perspective?
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Maybe so, but it means nothing.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace. You know very well what that means, even more so than I.
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad. Paimon doesn't want to be anywhere near him right now.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so worked up?
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday.
I mean, I sympathize with him.
So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabuki Mono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the doctor showed up, disguised as the mechanic from Fontaine. And that's when the trouble began. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma that would bear fruit in the future. Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the balladeer became the main test subject. After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then, he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seems to have protected me. What's in it?" The mechanic answered, "Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for."
Oh my
He took
god.
it straight from the chest of one of his innocent servants. The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it had protected him from the filth. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim? That's terrible.
Yeah, I want to beat the shit out of him.
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
I can exit now, right?
Dottore, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
That went down way longer than I wanted. I was gonna exit out and end stream before I even got in the domain. Oh well, I can exit now. Oh god, I'm so tired now. I gotta get to bed. Alright, chat. I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed. And that maybe I'll see you again. I'm still terrible at ending these. Alright, well, thank you for watching. Bye. Bye-bye.